Hello. Yes, we are back. We are back again in Train Simulator Classic, where we are continuing our journey that started in Plymouth. No, it didn't. That started in Penzance many, many weeks ago, where we are heading over the coming journeys to Glasgow. This time we are in Newcastle, where we are taking this Voyager to Edinburgh. I can't keep that up for long. Continue our adventure going from... Oh, you're okay, Edinburgh. We started many weeks ago down in Penzance. Last time, after 3 attempts at getting to Newcastle, we finally made it to Newcastle. The only scenario that I could get that departed Newcastle and headed to Edinburgh was this one in the Voyager going to Edinburgh via Dunbar, which is 95 miles away. If you're watching this on YouTube and you've got past my David Attenborough impersonation, see, I can do voiceover work. There's hope for me yet. Then welcome indeed. This going out on YouTube's on a Wednesday. Other train-related content is from Train Sim World 3 on a Saturday. Other content is occasionally something on a Monday. Something currently going out on a Friday. And when I've got new things to show you, that goes out on a Sunday. There'll be links in the doobly-doo below to where you can get this route from Just Trains. There'll be a link down there to a Twitch page where you can watch this sort of thing live. And I tune in at the beginning of the train ones because they are quite random. A link down there to Discord server as well that everyone hates. So yes, here we are in Newcastle way. I haven't opened the doors yet, so people aren't getting on, and I'm running late already. So that's a thing. Best voice this side of the southwest. I used to do internet radio for a very short period of time. I really actually wanted a career in radio. But we shall let the passengers get on board, and then we shall head to the Dunbars. Is this the one with the... Oh, Elton John, isn't it? He's on all the trains we go on, isn't he? If I would have been, efficient and all that... Let me reset track IR. If I'd have been efficient and all that, then I would have probably, swapped the train. But because I'm not, then we didn't. The door's shut now. Yes, we have. Right, okay, so we can do the go thing, can't we? Are we doing the go thing? Can we do the go thing? We don't appear to be. The go thing isn't happening. Hang on. We don't appear to be... Hang on. There we go. That's better. I'm good at this. I'm definitely good at this. Good at something. It's not this, is it? Knitting? No, I'm not good at that. Ballet? No, not good at that. Juggling? Not good at that. You definitely have it. Maybe we should start a pirate radio. Should we do a trial run? We'll be booking the house repairs. Sorry, what? Right, so we are... Hang on, I thought we were going that way. Is that where we came in? This is where we're going out? That's the way to... Okay. When you invite Elton up into the cab, instead of what happened last time where he made you miss a stop, he can come up into the cab and sing to me. I can be his private dancer. I could do that. I'm your private... That wasn't him, was it? That was Tina Turner. She's not on the... she's not on the train. I'm your Tony Danza. No, that's a whole different thing. You had a career in radio, mending them. I already wanted a career in radio. I could do that. Right, anyway, so we got 95 of the miles to the Dunbar. Dunbar. Isn't that where I drink? That's a drink, isn't it? What was I thinking of? Dunbar. That's what I was thinking of. Which was close. Don't get Dunbar, confused. One's chocolatey The dime bars were those really, the really the crunchy, the snappy things, weren't they? With the bits of the stuff in the middle of them. Was that a dime bar? Are they still going? Can you still buy a dime bar? We need to know. What if you have a dime bar and a doom bar at the same time? Doom bar, dime bar. I have a dime bar and a doom bar and a dive bar. Dive bar, dime bar, doom bar. I know the man that runs BBC Wiltshire. Shall I have a word? Absolutely. I could quit my job doing whatever it is I do. Dime bars are elite. Are they? No. Anyway, right. So we're doing the accelerator. Oh, God, that's a noise. So the plan, and I'll get it out of the way now because I'm bound to forget and I'll get sidetracked by something. I've had too much sugar. I had vegetables for the second night running. I think that's what's getting to me. That was a noise. Anyway, so the plan is to... Where are we going? Edinburgh. The plan is to get to Edinburgh this evening and probably beyond because that's only 90 minutes. And then I'm going to be here for more than that. Oh, I could just not be. I could just go after 90 minutes. Then I'd be happy and you wouldn't. I don't really care. From Edinburgh then, we're going to make our way across probably next week because otherwise we'll have a gap to the Glasgows. And then the birthday, on the birthday, which is coming up 2 weeks this coming Thursday, we're going to do the Glasgow to the place. Mallaig. That's the one. Birthday stream, Glasgow to Mallaig. So we might do... Does the Fife... I'm going to talk a lot in this one. Keep up. Does the Fife Circle Line go from the Edinburghs? Or am I getting confused? It does, doesn't it? Because it goes across the bridgey thing. Okay. So we could do this. And then we could do a bit of the Fifes. They are bringing out the Edinburgh to Glasgow route in Train Sim World. Yes, I have it. There is a video coming on Thursday morning. It's very good. I will be streaming it Thursday night. I teased people with it last Saturday on the Train Sim World 3 stream, but I can't show it to you yet. Yeah, we'll be doing it Saturday. Thursday, I'm going to do a couple of 4-line runs because it's 55 minutes, and then Saturday I'm going to do some scenarios. But there is a video coming out on Thursday morning at 10 o'clock in the Train Sim World 3's Edinburgh to Glasgow. So we'll be in Edinburgh to Glasgow, potentially in the Train Sim Classics this evening. And then we'll do Edinburgh to Glasgow. No, we do Fife Circle Line this evening. Edinburgh to Glasgow next week, after we've done Edinburgh to Glasgow in Train Sim World. And then the week after then we'll do the Glasgows to the Malaigs. I can't show it this evening because I'll be removed from being a Dovetail ambassador, and I don't want that. Plus it's the wrong game. Oh, we can do 110 of the miles in an hour over a distance for hypotenuse squared hippopotamus. Betty Potter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. I put it in my batter. It will make my batter bitter, but a bit of better butter will make my batter better. So it was Betty Butters bought a bit of better butter. What's that? I couldn't read that and concentrate on this at the same time. How is the thing called Train Sim going? Randomly. Can we go to Inverness? Well, you can. I can't. Well, I can't by train anyway, because the train doesn't go there. That's a beeping noise. Can we let Aston come to the meetup? No. 100% no. No. Oh God, I'm doing the speeding thing now. See, this train sounds proper. You thought it nailed that the first time. Well, yeah, it's reading it. That screen's over to the side of me. So I've got to slightly tilt my head to read it, and it moved up because someone else typed something and I couldn't focus on it anymore. It is slightly wibbly wobbly. Let him come or you won't get jelly babies. No, it's a PG stream. It is a bit jiggling about all over the place, isn't it? All right, see how Elton's getting on. You right, Elton? I'm surprised he's travelling in standard class. You'd have thought unless he's just trying to travel incognito. It's a bit like me, actually. I got sunglasses. That was a noise. I got sunglasses very similar to that. Right, anyway, we're still 86 miles from Dunbar, which is our first stop. So that is going to take a little bit of time. Being a Just Trains route as well, it's not very well optimised. So that's the thing. He couldn't afford it. Yeah, just think how well off David Furnish is going to be when Elton snuffs it. So why did you marry the multi-millionaire that is Elton John? Wow. Looks nothing like me. He's not handsome enough. I got told I look very, very sharp today. Had a new shirt today. Will we see any other trains on this route? We should do. I don't know how many we'll see on this route, but we should see some other ones. Again, depends on... Was there any at the station? No, I don't think there was any. Tell us about the shirt. It's a shirt. Blue and white, very small checks. I like a check shirt. Looks like a tablecloth. Well, you'd have thought we would have seen plenty of the other, train things, the trains. Sounds like the average thing a taxi driver would wear. I think taxi drivers just wear like tracky bottoms and sweatshirts now, don't they? I could have been a taxi driver. That was an option many years ago. But I just didn't like the whole idea of like people getting in my car and throwing up in it. So I decided against it. I could have done a HST, but it only went as far as Berwick. So that's the thing. But then I had to go back there, so then it's like what we could have found from Berwick. So yeah. So it had to be this again. Radio presenter, now taxi driver. I was a motorcycle courier for a little while. Did that in and out of London. Done that. Oh, there's a train, and you can tell that by the way that it is. I could be a taxi driver / radio presenter. You're listening to Late Night Love on Hits FM. Coming up next, Lionel Richie. See? Wasn't Ken Boone a motorcycle courier? He was. That was a brilliant show. That was a... Didn't... Am I getting confused? Who was the guy? Oh God, because that's got a really good theme song to it. Oh, am I getting confused with I Should Have Known Better? I should have known better to lie to one as beautiful as you. Now I'm getting confused. Another show now. Virgin Trains. Yes, it is untouched, unmolested. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, hang on, we're speeding a little bit. Holy crap. Okay, that's a bit of a call. Oh. Okay, that was a trial run. It was a trial run. I wasn't paying attention quite clearly. What was the song anyway? What was the? I should have known better. I probably got it on a CD single behind me. What was his name? I've forgotten it now. Maybe not a train driver to my list. Yeah. Ready to depart. Okay. Okay. We'll wait for the right of way this time. I killed Elton.
It's me, I'm responsible. Hey, Yolan, you're dead now.
Yeah, if you kindly fill out the details of your next of kin on that card, we'll know who to contact in the event of your untimely death on this journey. If you also like to fill out any usernames, credit card numbers, PIN numbers, passwords, etc., we'll make use of those as well. For your convenience, we have already ticked the life insurance box, and whenever you do, don't read the small print. I couldn't even get that out, said the bishop to the choir boy. Right, we're getting ready to go. Jim Diamond, that's the one, Jim Diamond. What are we waiting for now? Has it told us to go yet? Right, next stop. Okay, right, this time we need to do the slowing down. This is, yeah, the first start was just a warm-up because people weren't here at the very beginning, so we're going to do that again. How many times? Well, you're not getting a tour of Swindon because we'll be doing that in the afternoon. How many times are we actually going to leave Newcastle or arrive at Newcastle? Lights. Yeah, there are some lights. There you go. It looks friggin' ugly, this thing, doesn't it? Didn't want to see the Fife Circle line anyway. It's like we just want to see you depart. I just want to see you depart Newcastle again, way I. Apparently Newcastle's supposed to be quite nice. Well, that's not very nice, is it? I should put the 18 plus symbol up if I'd known that was coming. Said the bishop. No, I'm not going to go there. Right, we'll try this again. Yeah, I was doing like 80, wasn't I? I wasn't paying attention to the speedy thing down here quite clearly. It's fine. You know, we wanted to sort of eke out the stream, didn't we? It's like it was a 90-minute trip between Newcastle and Edinburgh. Well, I'm sure we can make it last 2.5 hours. It'll be reet. Tomorrow night, by the way, while we're departing Newcastle again. What's tomorrow? Wednesday, isn't it? Tomorrow night, some of the OMSI 2 in the bus company driving the coach bus thing. Thursday night is going to be my first look at on stream of the Edinburgh to the Glasgows in Train Sim World 3. Doing that on Thursday. Friday night is going to be golfing with idiots. And Saturday lunchtime, more Train Sim World 3. Saturday night is Forza Horizon 5. And then Sunday afternoon, back on the farm, providing we've got any equipment left, because Ed keeps throwing it all in a river. So yes, since the last stream, if you watch the farming stream, where we lost a water tanker, since then we've lost a tractor and a trailer. as well now. So every time we go on the farm, we're worse off financially. So we're doing well at farming. Okay, 100 mile an hour. Let's see if we can actually get this thing to Edinburgh. Let's see if we can get this thing to Dunbar. Dunbar, in a dive bar thing, whatever it was. Oh, those cruise control related sinkings. You thought the trailer was still there? Oh, okay. So it's just a tractor we've lost then. That just seems a bit weird then, doesn't it? Sure he's not just left it somewhere. Yes, Ed drives around with cruise control on, even when he's in the yard. Which means he'll just crash into everything. So I reckon he had cruise control on, tried to outrun a train. Train pushed him off the track. I think cruise control was still on, so he then drove into a river. Oh, okay, Dorset. Maybe message Crispy in the farming room to see if he can go on and retrieve it. At least that'll save us some money. If you would. Because, you know, Crispy doesn't watch train sim streams. Right. Got to keep our eye on the distancy thing. Thank you very much. Get another tractor to get out. Oh, we tried that the other day, didn't we? So we've got to keep an eye on the speed limit things this time. And don't distract me by Elton John and all that. So make sure we go around that curve at a reasonable speed. You know, like 30, 70, 60, 90. 90 seems like a good speed. I actually didn't think it'd derail, but obviously there is a limit, isn't there? So yeah, there'll be a couple of additional streams in a couple of weeks' time, because I've got a few days off work. So there may be a lunchtime stream on the Wednesday, so 2 weeks tomorrow. May do a lunchtime stream, because quite frankly, I'll be bored. And then there'll be something on the Thursday evening. So the long train sim route. Birthday stream, and then nothing on the Friday, nothing on the Saturday, so 2 days without streams, and then I'll do 2 streams on the Sunday, so one on Sunday lunchtime and one on Sunday evening. It does look a bit unstable, doesn't it? Good evening, infidels. There's been no, you haven't missed any issues at all, Shorty. None whatsoever. Everything's been absolutely fine. We just left Newcastle perfectly on time. There've been no issues, incidents, or anything. Everything's just gone absolutely swimmingly. I didn't do anything. I've just told you there were no incidents. It's been absolutely fine. We've left Newcastle. Got 89 miles to go to Dunbar. It's fine. There was, you know, there was nothing. This is definitely very rocky. It's the eye of the tiger. Do 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 do. You ain't seen nothing yet. What film was that from? That's gonna bug me. He arranged Elton John's funeral. That was either that was a line in the film. I want to say the Jolson story, or Jolson Sings Again, or was it a jazz singer? You might be right. It could be the jazz singer. It might be. I think that's a brilliant film. I need to watch that again. So if you rewatch the start of the stream, everything will be fine. Absolutely. Right. Just keep your eye out on the speed thing at the bottom here, people. If I'm going to too fast, let me know. Obviously, with an 8-second stream delay, you need to be really on it. And can advise me when the speed limit does the not being this speed thing. Not that there'll be any issues. Not that, we would derail or anything. No. Just, just in case the speed happens to do the no longer being this speed thing. I don't know how far we got anyway. How far was it? Because there were discussions on dive bars with serving dive bars serving dime bars and doom bars. There was the whole Betty's bitter butter thing, and then we derailed. Oh, I didn't do a spad. There'll be a warning to cancel. I just ignore those though. I just because I just keep pressing the Q button. We'll check on Elton in a minute, make sure he's alright. Yep, Elton's still alive. It's okay, we didn't kill Elton John. We're okay. He's still there. He must have survived. Why are the seats red on this side and blue on that side? It just seems a bit weird. Okay. Oh, the brakes are now bloody applied. Oh, I didn't do the thing. Hang on. We've got to do the stopping thing now. Ask Beardy Branson. It's fine. We needed to test the brakes. Guess that's why they call it the blues. Okay. Right, are we going to go now? There we go. Going swimmingly well after 28 minutes. Oh, it is perfectly. I even did my David Attenborough impersonation at the beginning. See, you got to be here at the start. Oh, it's this thing, isn't it? At least this thing sounds good. Yeah, Lee Corn. There's something wrong. There's definitely something wrong with my horn. Hang on a minute. Okay, so how far away are we from? There's a tight curve coming up, isn't there? We can't be that far away from it now, surely. Derailments 1, emergency brake applications 1, see Newcastle 2. Hey, we saw Newcastle. How many times did we see Newcastle last time? We saw Newcastle twice last time because we got within a distance, throwing like a small baby cow distance to Newcastle station. No, because we ran the red on the bridge. So we saw Newcastle twice. Right, anyway, continuing towards Dunbar. So we're only stopping at Dunbar and then Edinburgh, which is over there. And so far, it's my second attempt to get into Dunbar. Whoa, that was slightly dangerous. I don't think the barrier came down. No, this is a standard scenario from Just Trains, the Newcastle to Edinburgh, in a very bouncy, wibbly wobbly train. 50. Okay. Tell you what we do, just to be sure. We'll slow down. Just to be on the side of being safe. Yeah, if you only just joined, Russell, there have been no incidents whatsoever. We haven't been down this bit of track already, honestly. Right, we're going to do... There we go. Okay, it's going so well. You'll be reviewing the playback. Oh, I did my David Attenborough impersonation at the beginning. I DM'd you earlier as well, ignorant git. No, not you, the other ignorant git. Oh, okay, yeah, that's tight. That's definitely tight. No. No. The track. Yeah, the speed limit's gone to 125 now. It's like, really? Right, we can speed back up again now. Now we've successfully made it round that bend. Why don't he just get straighten out that bend? That'd be the easiest thing to do, surely. Rather than, you know, just slow all the trains down, just get rid of the bend. That's what I'd do. Make it a less bendy bend. Yeah, don't use WD-40 because it's not a lubricant. That's a mistake you make once. I do really like the smell of WD-40. Right, so you got an 80 and then winding the speed back up again. Oh, that's quite bendy. It is a penetrating oil, so it's not a lubricant. Well, it's no good bloody replying now, is it, you dingbat? I'm doing this, I can't be looking at bloody DMs. WD-40 is actually also highly carcinogenic, but it smells good. Everybody's got a downside. Right, onwards. Why is there a dungeon master here? Are we going to play D&D? I haven't played D&D for ages. That's one of the things I'm liking about Stranger Things. Watched 3 episodes last night of that. The fact that they're D&D players. Dinosaurs and Dragons, Dungeons and Dragons. The whole Games Workshop thing then exploded, didn't it? And that's big business. That's quite bendy. There's definitely some bendiness going on there. Speed. Yeah, speed's happening. Speed is the word. Speed is the word, is the word, is the word. I also watched, have I been here since Sunday afternoon? No, it's the first stream of the week, isn't it? I watched for the first time on Sunday afternoon The Greatest Showman, and thought it was absolutely brilliant. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's Santa back from his holidays, apparently. Oh yeah, I want to watch it again. The audio, you thought it was crap. Can we call Santa? Hang on. Let me just negotiate this corner. I thought the music was brilliant. Actually, then, after I finished watching the film, while I was organising food, I was playing the music from it. You didn't want to say anything before I watched it. Well, you know. Anyway, Alexa, call Santa.
Hello, you're through to Santa Claus. Me and Mrs. Claus are on holiday at the moment and won't be heading back to the workshop in the North Pole till later in the year. I do hope those elves are behaving themselves. Cheerio. Oh, oh, oh.
No, still on holiday. Lazy bastard. Thought he was back. He's obviously gone again. He's probably come back, you know. Change of clothes and sod it off again. He's with the accountant. He could well be. Alright, we've still got 70 miles to go to Dunbar. So Edinburgh tonight. We'll see what time we've got after the full start. Whether we can we'll do something from Edinburgh. Next week then we'll do. Oh, that's the point. It's only 55 minutes, isn't it? Actually, I say next week we could do Edinburgh to Glasgow, but then what do we do for the other hour and a half? We worry about that next week, and then the week after, on my birthday, we're going to do the thing, the Glasgow to the Mallaig. Although we could start that. I'm wondering if we can start that next week. I wonder if next week we did. If next week we did, I'm thinking here, so I can't talk at the same time. Edinburgh to Glasgow, and then started the Glasgow to Mallaig, saved it, and then carried on the week after. I realise the PC won't fit where I want it to go, so I have to go to a certain Swedish furniture store and get a new one. Okay, my desk, although I can't see it, is worktop. It goes from one side of the room to the other. So I've got an 8 foot bit of worktop as my desk. It's all my fault. Yeah. You could derail a couple of times next week to fill the time. I haven't been to IKEA for ages. Every time you go into an IKEA, you pick up one of those bags on the way in and you go, we don't want anything. We're just coming here to look around. And you always come out with things in your bag. You know, you get a fanar and a flurg and a fling that you put in the kitchen cupboard, never use. And you obviously get some tea lights because that's the law. And then you come out realising you spent £35 on stuff that you didn't really need to spend. So there's the thing. You've never been to IKEA. Don't do it, Dorset. Don't do it. Oh, that's quite... Hang on. Braking. Lots of braking. We don't want to be derailing. Don't forget the meatballs. They weren't really a thing when I last went there. It's been a few years since I last went to IKEA. I took my parents there once. I don't think they quite... Although they did understand it, but they were a bit bemused by everything. Because, you know, they're from the MFI days. Sort of flat pack furniture. So took them to IKEA, thinking it was somewhere different to go. And they just wandered around, and they did buy some stuff. I think bought some plates and things in the bit. And were quite wisely underwhelmed by IKEA. I want to walk around. I want to find a good antique shop. I want a couple of things to go either side of my fireplace. I don't know what sort of things I want, so I want to find an antique shop. It's one of the things on my list. I know how to live. Southampton's that place with the magical car park, isn't it? First time I drove into Southampton, the car park where all the Toys R Us used to be, drove in there, drove into the bottom floor of a multi-story car park, ended up going up about 5 levels to park, walked straight out without going in a lift, up and down any stairs, walked straight out through Asda and out to street level. And it was like, what? How? What? I literally walked out to street level and was like, hang on. Did we not just enter the car park and come up 5 floors? How are we now on street level? And it is a magical car park. There's a few in Tetbury, or there's Hungerford for antiques. Yeah, I know what sort. I want like a. It's difficult to. I want something tall-ish to go either side of my fireplace. I want an ornament or a thing about like 2 feet tall. Is the Asda on a very big hill? Yes. Oh God, that's definitely bendy. That's definitely a there's some bendiness. Blimey, why don't we just get rid of all these curves on this line? It'd be a lot simpler, wouldn't it? Yeah, we got one of those near me actually, but there's people in those. I thought about just getting some big candles and putting there. Bing! Right, we're 60 miles now from Dunbar. Can we actually finally do it? Can we get there? Can we make it to Dunbar? Not Dunbar, not Dive Bar. Not Dime Bar. Dunbar, which I know is the life insurance place. My dad used to work from Allied Dunbar. What they were called then. Now they're called something else. Zurich. Fork handles for forks. Is that the big building in the middle of Swindon? Yeah, it used to be above the railway station. So the building above the railway station, where my dad worked, up in the records office, up on the 10th floor. And then it's the Tri-Centre, it's called, the one what was behind the old bus station. That's the Zurich offices now. Right, 120 limit. No, there's only one way in and out of Swindon Station. You go down the steps, under the tunnel, which goes under the tracks and out on the end. Look at it on Google Street View. There is only one exit. One entrance, one exit. Trains heading to London. You go in the station, all the way down the tunnel, up the stairs on the left, turn left and you get to the top of the stairs, and there's your platform. Well, that's not an exit though, is it? You go just down the stairs. Don't confuse him. We haven't told Nico yet that he's sharing a room with Ethan. We've got to break that to him at some point. Sorry, what? Sorry, did I not message you? What could possibly go wrong? They're both short, aren't they? They're both not the height of a normal person. They don't take up the space of a normal person between the two of them. Right, 110 limit. Oh god, there's another bend coming up. Go head to feet. Yeah, they won't even fit in a bed. They won't touch the ends, but one of them... You can't go top to toe, can you? Whatever day is this happening, I'm cancelling. It's when Nico now leaves the community. That's it. No, I've had enough. That's it. I've put up with being called short. I've put up with all this crap from Crispy all this time. No. There's only so much time I can spend in a 24-hour period with Ethan. I'm done. I'm out. No, Aston's long gone. Nice knowing you all. But that's it. That's the final straw. That's all. What? I'm gone. Right, we're still 51 miles from Dunbar. You'd have thought we'd have been there by now, because it's only 90 miles. We've been going 50 minutes. It's definitely very... I wouldn't want to be on one of these. How's Elton getting on? You think he'd complain, wouldn't you? You think he'd be like... So if that's Elton, is this David over here? Oh, have I missed the bloody... Oh, for God's sake. I was looking at Elton and then I've bloody DRA'd again. Bloody hell. We are determined never to get to friggin' Edinburgh. Yeah, bye then, Ethan. Right. Can we go again now? Is that a station? Yeah. Definitely a station. Right, can we go now? No. Now, thankfully. There we go. There's actually a station called Bushy. Yeah, but that's not trendy anymore. I'm glad it needs to be called Smoothie now. See, I make people feel better. It's like, actually, I'm not crap at train sim because I can just watch this buffoon. Boogar. Boogar? Okay. Stop making up words. Right, 49 miles. Can we do the last 49 miles without incident? Probably not. Are we going to get a DRA? Are we going to derail? Are we going to crash into a train, run a red? You know, because we've done 90 miles so far without any incidents at all. So what's to say that we're going to get any in the next, 40? How far have we got to go to the Edinburghs? We've still got 77 miles to go to Edinburgh, and we've been going an hour nearly. No incident, nothing. It's smooth. We left Newcastle 52 minutes ago, and it's all been fine. I'm still standing. No, you're not. You sat down now. Alright, don't stay out the cab too long because the DRA thing will do a thing. It's very bouncy. We're slightly bouncy in the train, going side to side, side to side. Right, make sure you don't miss the DRA thing. Okay, what's that? Why have we got a percentages thing? How can you have 140% of something? No, 100%. So people say, I'm going to give it 110%. Well, you can't, really, can you? Because you can either give everything or not quite everything. Brake pressure. We don't need that. A Britain and Ireland rail map. I'm sorry, but why in a train that's going up and down from Newcastle to Edinburgh, and I'm guessing down to London or something, you've really got to be sent in the wrong direction if you end up needing an Ireland map. The maximum percentage you can give is 99. No, you can give 100%. Is it a spare train? Oh, it could be one they just ship around everywhere. A hire train. $110. No, 108. Oh, bless me. Right, don't go. Just you stay off with the offness. Don't you go doing the on thing. Stay in the off thing. 44 miles to go to Dunbar. Oh. So only give 99% because you can always do better by 1%. No. Go through life giving about 33%. That's fine. Oh, I see a train. That's definitely a train. Yep, that was definitely a train. I'm just pressing the DRA thing now randomly, just in case it goes off. Was that screen on just now? Oh, it was. Global overview version 10.2. Okay. 60 seconds. Have I seen those? Wasn't that a film with Nicholas? I'm trapped in a cage. Was he gone in 60 seconds? I can do a lot in 60 seconds, but we can't talk about that because it's the PG stream. What you need is to stick down the DRA button with gaffer tape, and you don't need to worry about it. That's a bloody good idea. Anyone got any gaffer tape? Braking. Isn't there any near me? Why would I have gaffer tape? No, I've got a little roll of sellotape downstairs. I haven't got any gaffer tape or any masking tape in the house. Plenty at work. Ready for Ethan. Put over his gob. Right, 115 limit. Braking. So, hang on, let me get this right, just for context here. You're going to use gaffer tape to tie Nico to the bed. Just you know, putting that out there. We need it immediately, if not sooner. Well, he should be able to reach the pedals in his car because the seat's all the way forward. So there is that. Oh, nearly. It nearly caught me. There was the beeping thing. Right, still got 35 miles to go. Seems like the never-ending journey to Dunbar, this, doesn't it? It's like it's taken us an hour so far, and we've still got 35 miles to go. Is this the way to Didcot? It's totally not the way to Didcot. Is this the way to Amarillo? No. Finally, we get a decent bit of line speed for like about 3 minutes. Tomorrow, by the way, back with some... are we doing? Oh, OMSI 2 tomorrow. Wednesday, no, that's tomorrow. Wednesday, that's tomorrow. OMSI 2. Thursday, my first stream in the new Edinburgh to Glasgow route for Train Sim World 3. That's Thursday night. Don't forget to look out on YouTube at 10 o'clock on Thursday morning for my first look at the Class 385 for Train Sim World 3. Friday night isn't music night. Friday night is going to be some golfing with idiots. Saturday lunchtime, more Train Sim World 3 on the Edinburgh to Glasgow route. Saturday night, some Forza Horizon 5. And Sunday afternoon, if there's any equipment left, I'll be back on the farm. No, it's Friday. It's done. No, it's not haggis season. Haggis season's in April. And you've got to catch them. You know, wild haggis. You can always tell if anybody wants to go and buy a haggis. If you see a haggis in the shop without his legs on, it's got scared. So it's been mistreated, because when a haggis gets frightened, its legs fall off. So all the haggai you see in the shops haven't been caught humanely. So if you see a haggis with its legs still on, then it's been caught humanely. Those are the ones you want. So you know, don't go buying a haggis without its legs on, because they've been mistreated. So you know, just be careful when buying haggis. Right, slowing down for, I'm guessing, is another bend. Or buy the vegetarian equipment. No, you can't buy vegetarian haggis. Sod off. Yeah, tartan paint, glass hammer. No, because now you're going to get me started on the whole bloody almond milk thing. All those people can sod off as well. This is definitely quite a bendy route. Right, we're getting there. I can almost smell Dunbar. Could just be the Iron Brew. I'm not a fan of Iron Brew. I didn't try it in Scotland. I'm guessing it's not one of those things, but like Guinness, that tastes better in the place where it comes from. It's just a bit, I don't know, it reminds me of Lucozade. You know, the original Lucozade. Like Fanta. Sometimes I just don't fancy Coke. I don't do fizzy drinks. Although I bought some. And I do have some tins of Fanta. Right, speeding up a little bit. To 90, and then slowly up to 95. It's definitely a bit all over the place, this line. So we are still 56 miles from Edinburgh. How about tea? You would like that? Or would like tea? I'll be having tea after the stream, but solo. Is that too much information? Not supper then. No, a cup of tea, as opposed to tea, the meal. A cup of tea and some custard creams is my treat for after the stream. Blimey, this is definitely a bit twisty. Oh, there's the... That'd be the sea then. I can see the sea. The sea, I can see. I can see. You see? There's the sea, you see. My water is no longer coloured. I imagine it's one of those train journeys that'd be quite good to actually do. A bit like the one down to Penzance, which I will do one day, but it's bloody hell, it's expensive. I do want to go back down to Penzance, but geez, I'm paying 250 quid to go on the train. That sea's cold. Oh, if you stepped in there in this temperature, you wouldn't see your nuts till the summer. Maybe like gone. Yeah, it's not. The thing is, it's a long journey, isn't it, from here down to Penzance? I think you could do it in a day from here, but it'd be a long day, and it's an expensive thing to do. So you'd almost want to travel down one day, travel back the next. And it is quite nice. Walking around by the harbour in Penzance is quite pleasant. Lovely part of the world down there. And easier to get to now, since it's like dual carriageway all the way. So I've been back down to Paynton and Torquay since they finished the dual carriageway at Newton Abbot. You don't have to stop at the roundabout anymore, which is always a bottleneck. It's just straight through now. Used to come off that roundabout at Newton Abbot and get on the dual carriageway. Used to, well, I had a car with a 5-speed box. Used to put it into fifth and then not want to touch the gear stick until I came off the motorway at Swindon. That was always a bit of a challenge. Yeah, Penzance is lovely. Whole of Cornwall's lovely. Falmouth is really nice, like Penzance. Spent a lot of time between Newquay and Padstow. Me and me down there for quite a few years. That's bendy. There's definitely some bendy going on there. See, if they straighten these bends out, this journey would be quicker, wouldn't it? You don't have to slow down so much. Yeah, Bristol's not that exciting. Cardiff's quite nice. Exeter, not a lot going on in Exeter. Oh, look at that, off to the stream. Right, 19 miles to go to Dunbar. Oh God, no. Well, Richard technically doesn't live in Bristol. He's managed to escape. So we can take the piss out of Bristol. Still there. Nearly caught me. No, he's the west side of Bristol. I'm going to be very impressed actually if we finally make it to Edinburgh. This is where like we'll get to Dunbar and my PC will crash or something. What a strange... Yeah, Elton John's on board. A strange place to stop. You'd have thought you'd have stopped at Berwick, wouldn't you? I think 'cause that's the larger place to stop. But to stop at Dunbar? Just seems a bit odd. And that's the only stop, is Dunbar. A scout adventure thing. Oh, but you enjoyed that. Trapped in a tent, playing with other people's woggles. Somerset's quite nice as well. Bits of Somerset. And Devon. Really nice part of the world, the southwest. What's in Dunbar? I don't know what Dunbar's famous for. There's got to be something there. It's just one of those places just with nothing. Dorset. Dorset's alright. It's got Weymouth, I suppose. Weymouth's one of those places that's trapped in the 1970s as well, isn't it? Of all the places, I think Paignton is the only place where it's just stood still. Went there in my childhood, obviously, you know, about 15 years ago, and it hasn't changed since. Well, that's all changed now, because there used to be single carriageway going down to what was called Indian Queens down in Cornwall. That's because that was a bottleneck going under that low bridge. That's all changed now. It's dual carriageway all the way down. Bournemouth's in Dorset. Yeah, Bournemouth's a bit... I've never really liked Bournemouth. It's just a bit of a tacky place. It just, I don't know, it just feels a bit... There's just nothing there. I'll be there in 3 months though. Going to a concert with Ed. It's where they hold the political conferences. Enough reason not to go. Oh, Paul's very nice. Yeah, Paul's different. I stood outside today in a short sleeve shirt. Probably wasn't the most sensible thing I did. Right, slowing down. Come on, 13 miles to Dunbar. We can do this. We can get there. We can make it through the rain. It was -7 here today. Well, I didn't intend on going out into the yard. I went a long way around the building, and so I can get to where I want to go by staying inside the building. We're going a really long way round, rather than go across the yard. And then I made a mistake of just chatting to someone, opening the door, going outside as I normally do, and then realised. Then someone caught me halfway across to stand and chat, and I realised that it's bloody cold, and I was stood outside wearing a short sleeve shirt. See, we're getting slower. They really sort this line out. They need to straighten it out. The sun came out. Well, congratulations, son. We're well done. We're here to support you. Getting bloody slower now. What the hell's going on? The sun will come out tomorrow. Never seen the remake of that. Didn't really want to. One film I want to see is actually I think it's out as a film. I'm guessing it's out as a film. Hairspray. Nope, not camp at all in any way whatsoever. Why would you have $1 in your bottom? I bet someone put it there. This is definitely a bit twisty up here. The remake or the original? The one with Good Morning Baltimore in. I'm guessing the remake? Hairspray with John Travolta. That's the remake. Yeah, the remake then. So I like that song. Is that enough reason to listen to it? I do like a musical. I was brought up on musicals, see? My folks were really into musicals. So I was brought up on them. So I am a bit of a fan. Say the Jolson story. Jolson sings again. The Jazz Singer, which is an absolutely awesome film. Xanadu, which the music is brilliant. I haven't seen Matilda. Yeah, King and I. My old dear liked a lot of musicals. The old man used to have to tolerate them. Mum went through a phase when Mamma Mia first came out that I think she was watching it like daily. And so the old man used to just sit there and do a jigsaw puzzle. And you go around there and be like, again, some days you're like, yeah, we had it on this afternoon as well. Because unfortunately, dementia got hold of her. And so she couldn't remember that she'd already watched it once that day. So the old man, obviously, you know, wanting to keep her happy, which is what his aim was in life and what his life was. If Mum wanted to watch Mamma Mia 3 times a day, that's what she did. Bless her. Oh yeah. The plot in Xanadu is really, really thin. The music's good. From a dance routine point of view, some of it's okay. The song, what's the song where they merge the two bands together? That's really well done. But yeah, the plot line is a bit thin. I really must watch that again. I think I've got it on Blu-ray. Yeah, I think I'm going to buy The Greatest Showman on Blu-ray. I'll be watching that again. Yeah, finally get to stop in 6 miles. We make it to Dunbar. Hopefully we make it to Dunbar anyway. Just the 6 miles. You hated The Greatest Showman. It wasn't necessarily about the story for me. I really like the music. That's what I because it's quite an old film now. Obviously, I'd heard some of the music, so it's quite nice to hear some of the music. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Coming to Swindon is Xanadu for some people. You like Barnum the musical? Yeah, I need to look out for other musical. I've got La La Land on Blu-ray that I bought for my mum because I thought she might like it, but never watched it because it was something new. She didn't want to try it. Never seen it, so I don't know what that's like. Oh, the original Oliver is, oh, it's epic. It is so good. Again, because that's the area I was brought up on. My folks are into that sort of 1950s musicals thing. Right, 2.5 miles to go until our first stop at Dunbar. At least we've made it somewhere. It's on the map. We can see it. It's there. Yeah, I think it feels like My Fair Lady. And what's the one? There was a film with Monty Woolley in it. Cary Grant was in it. That was a musical. That was really good. I remember Oklahoma being on. I can't say I've ever sat down and watched Oklahoma. No, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang's a bit cheesy, isn't it? Night and Day, that's the one. That's a brilliant film. There's also a did it have Frank Sinatra in it? What about Frank Sinatra in it? With again Cary Grant was in the first one with Louis Armstrong, where they do the swelliest party song. What is that called? I don't know what it's called now. Yeah, that's really good. Quite like a film where the music's interjected in correctly. High Society, yes. See, Dorset knows his stuff. Because at the end of the film, Louis Armstrong goes, "End of story." Yeah, so I was brought up on all those. And there were, I will confess, there were times when they were going to sit down and watch them. So you walk into the living room and the film had just started. You end up stood there, just stood in the doorway watching. And then you end up just sort of leaning against some furniture. And before you know it, 5 minutes later, you're on the sofa and just, you're in, aren't you? And then it's the end of the credits come up. Got to go? Well, thanks for your support. Next stop, Edinburgh Waverley. That was a noise. Right, Edinburgh then, 29 miles. We're going to make it. Well, unless things go horribly wrong between Dunbar and Edinburgh, which is quite possible based on the first 30 miles that we did. There is a good chance. Remember to save just in case. That's a good shout, actually. There you go. Are we there? Are we going to make it? Not. Are we going to make it? Stormy weather. Right, 110 of the limits. See, I was going to do a second Discord server before Christmas because I've got an interest in music, I've got an interest in TV shows, and I got an interest in films. So I thought I'll do a second Discord server and have a room for music, various genres, a room for films, various genres, and a section for TV shows. And I thought no one's going to be interested. I think more people have got an interest in music and films and TV than they probably have of games in some situations. So maybe I should. That is a train. That was definitely a train. Right, 27 miles to go. Can we do it? So that's going to put us there 14, what time are we due? 14:11, so 20 minutes. That's going to put us at about the 2-hour mark. So we might then... Yeah, we might see if we can do a little bit of something. I know how to do it, Sim. It's the whole creating a Discord for no one to join it. No one participates in the gaming Discord. So it's one of those things, putting the time and effort into doing something else and no one gets involved. Is it worth it? Because the only reason I thought of it is because I've been looking for something like that. Because there's a few TV shows that I'm interested in that I'd love to be in discussions with other people with the same interests. You know, I'm currently in the process of rewatching my favourite TV show ever, The West Wing, and it'd be one of those situations where I'd like to, you know, watch an episode and then have a conversation about it, and do that ongoing. So I thought, there's nowhere that I can find that I can do that and then interact with people that've got the same interest. So I thought, well, if there isn't that, I'll do it myself. Right, 100-mile-an-hour limit, 24 miles to go. We're 24 miles from Edinburgh, not Tulsa. It's not separating the community. The problem is the Discord then gets too full. We've got so many rooms now in the current Discord that I just don't want to overload it with rooms. So I just think keeping it as a separate entity would probably be better. People that wanted to join it from the current Discord could. I just put a link to it from within the current Discord, and then just have a completely separate thing. I thought this was the train for Tulsa. No. 23 miles. Can we finally do it? Can we finally get there? So yeah, so next week then we'll leave Edinburgh and we'll do... Oh, actually, that works quite well then. If next week we do... No, it's the week after the birthday, isn't it? Yeah, next week we'll do maybe a trip on the Fife Circle line to come back to Waverley. So we go up and come back, and then we'll do Edinburgh to Glasgow, and then the week after we'll do Glasgow. Or next week we could do Edinburgh to Glasgow and then start doing the Glasgow to Mallaig. Because that's about a 5.5 hour stream. So if we did an hour of that, that means it's a 4.5 hour stream. Then on my birthday, we finish it. That's not a bad shout. It's a trick when you come out of the tunnel at the East End and you end up in Didcot. We haven't been travelling up into Scotland all this time. We've been circling Oxfordshire. Got to admit, it does sound quite good though. It's no HST, but it does sound quite good. Nineteen miles to go. No, I want to do a short one carrying on from here. So we'll technically end at Edinburgh, but then I'll see what I've got going from Edinburgh. So next time we will start in Edinburgh again. I don't want to just go leaping to another side because it means I've got to change the whole stream thing, and I'll just, we'll see. We're due in what, 15 minutes? Yeah, we could probably do another 20 minutes or so after that. Then we get Thursday night, if you like your trains. I'll be up in Scotland again in Train Sim World 3, showing you the new Edinburgh to Glasgow route, which is very, very good. My first look video goes out on YouTube on Thursday morning at 10 o'clock. I'll be streaming it on Thursday evening. And yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. I've only looked at the trains so far, because I want to save my first look at the route until the stream. But I'm impressed with the train. Ugly bloody thing, but it is quite nice. Does sound very good. So that's Thursday, and then we're streaming that again on Saturday lunchtime. And say 2 weeks time, on the Thursday we'll be doing some train sim on my birthday, doing a birthday stream, doing either all or a bit of Glasgow to Mallaig. It's about 5.5 hours, so that'll probably start at about like 4 p.m. or something like that. So we'll do that. It's a bit of a birthday stream. So I've never worked on my birthday, and I have no plans on starting now. $24 this year. Can't believe it. Where's the time gone? Counting down 15 of the miles. You can do it when you do it. Other DIY stores are available. Not many now, is there? There used to be a load of DIY stores. You used to have the Home Base, the Do It All, Texas, not the place, the DIY chain. You obviously had the B&Qs, and now we've just got B&Q and Wix, which is one of those places that feels like a trade place but isn't. Home base is still going. Is it? Not around here, they're not. They're all gone round here. They're all B&Ms now, I think. Yeah, Wix is still going. Focus DIY. Blimey. We used to have one of those here, a proper good old DIY store, and you could go in there and get some hinges, get some screws, get some nails, go and get a bit of timber if you wanted it. It never stocked a lot, but you could get enough to get the job done. Unfortunately, with the arrival of the big DIY stores, they went under. Shame, really. I deal with a lot of trade places at work, and I'd rather deal with smaller independent companies than I would do major chains. But unfortunately, some of the major chains you have to deal with. Certainly with stuff that I do all over the country. I could go to Ron's. Yeah, it's a pain though. That's near the outlet village. It depends. For a DIYer, those places are fine. Screwfix actually do a hell of a lot of stuff now. But there's some of those places where I think your average DIYer is almost afraid to use, because you almost feel as though at those places you've got to know what you want, and that's why a lot of DIY people won't go into trade outlets. I managed a trade outlet for 11 years, and it was surprising the amount of people that didn't think they were allowed to shop in trade places because they thought it was only trade. We used to get people coming in and feel almost scared to ask questions because they feel as though they should know, which is why they shouldn't be allowed in those places. It all depends on the store and the staff, but don't be afraid of going into a trade place. Yeah, tool station's okay. I like Screwfix though. Order it, go and collect it. Order it, get it delivered. Not a day goes by before I'm not placing a couple of orders on Screwfix. Do I remember Machine Mart? I worked for them for 7.5 years. I started in a Swindon store just after it opened. I opened the store in Gloucester as manager. Oh, braking. We don't want to bloody derail here, do we? 6 miles from bloody Edinburgh. Oh, that's quite leany. That's quite leany. That was definitely quite leany. That's a lot of leany. It leans, you can take it faster. Right, we are 5 miles from Edinburgh. You know what? I think we're going to make it. I think we're going to be okay. Message from Crispy. Trailer recovered and back in the shed. So it's only the tractor and the weight then that Ed's lost. You've had a lot of long-lasting jobs for a 24-year-old. I have. The last one was the longest I was at anyway, 11 years. I've been where I am now for over 3. Feels like about 10 minutes. It's always awkward, isn't it, when you start in a new job and you're the new boy. It's only when it gets to that point where people come to you for advice and questions, and you're the one, you're the go-to person, and then you're introduced to the new people, that you then finally feel like you're no longer the new boy. My job's like that. It was today. Right, we are 2.85 miles from Waverley, where the next leg of this journey will end. But we will carry on for a little tiny bit, another 20 minutes or so, and see what we can get out of Waverley. But next time we will start again in Waverley and head towards Glasgow. So that'll be next Tuesday. And I don't know the Tuesday after. What I might do is not do trains on the Tuesday if I'm going to do it on the Thursday. So I might do something else on the Tuesday. That was a single yellow. I should really be doing the braking thing. We're not gonna stop in time for the red light. Or maybe we will. Yeah, I drove here when I went to Edinburgh. I didn't come by train. Came back car. Yes, that's definitely a light that is the red coloured. Hang on, we'll check on Elton. No, Elton's fine. No, he's alright. He doesn't care. Right. So we're waiting for something. Don't run it this time. I shall sit here for as long as it tells me to sit here. So yeah, so next week, not a problem. Normal train sim. The week after, don't know. I'm not listening to you again. You sod off. I'm going to sit here and wait for this bloody thing to change. The week after, it's actually what I might do the week after is I could do some of the Glasgow to Mallaig on the Tuesday and then finish it off on the Thursday. That's an idea, as ideas go. So we could have 2 Twains streams. Trains Tuesday, trains Thursday, which you're doing this week as well. Doobie 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 doo 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 doo. As ideas go, that was one. It was about a 5.5 hour thing, isn't it? So centre on me. Where are we? We are here. Aha, there's a train here. This train. This train don't stop for no one. This train got a mind of its own. Right, so you've got to wait for that train to come round then. You actually remembered you are real. Now, Russell, there were moments, and there are moments, when I think you're actually quite nice, bordering on friend almost. And there are times when you just let yourself down. Hang on, I sucked a baby and it went down wrong. Bear with me. That's better. Right. 1.1 miles to Waverley. Instead of biting its head off, I sucked it. And it caused me issues. Right, we will shortly be arriving at Edinburgh, Waverley. Slowing down, slowing down slowly. That's what I was trying to do. There were words in there. Words are difficult at times. Why is this only the first stream of the week? It feels like I've been doing this for days. Bing! I was certainly glad when yesterday was out of the way. Today was extremely busy. I thought tomorrow was going to be very busy, but some things that I thought were happening tomorrow aren't happening now, so I've actually got quite an easy day tomorrow. I've got to go to our cold warehouse, though, and look for some floor tiles, so that's going to be my fun. Right, we have arrived. I'll get chocolate milk out. It's still there. I'm not opening the bloody lid. Yeah, we've won a couple of jobs. That it's a thing of how the hell. I've got a load of stuff I've got to get delivered into central London on Friday that I was trying to sort out this afternoon, and London is just a pain in the arse for anything. Right, we have arrived at the Edinburghs. Okay, so technically, this is where we're going to end. So next time we will carry on from here, from Waverley, and make our way across to Glasgow on the Edinburgh to Glasgow. So that's going to be next week. And then we might do the return trip again, but you know. Well, it's still going to go on YouTube, isn't it? Well done this afternoon, driver. Now going to have your break before working the return in part 2. I'm not going back to bloody Newcastle, am I? That ain't happening, is it? Right. What have we got from the... What's it called? The thing. You know, the one. It's that one. E5 Circle Line. Edinburgh to Dunfermline. Which there's nothing in standard. That's useful. We'll try in that then. Feather ribbon. 5 Circle Line. Okay. What have we got here? We've done all of these, haven't we? Driving Edinburgh to Arbroath. Okay, we'll take this. We'll take it for sort of 20 minutes and see how far we can get. So we will leave Edinburgh and head somewhere on the Fife Circle Line thing. But yeah, so next week. Yeah, that was some announcements. Have we got a... No, okay. Should we open doors? That's a train. So where's it going? Edinburgh, Haymarket, Edinburgh Gateway, Inverkeithing, Kirkcaldy. So 1402. We'll see if we can get to Inverkeithing then before we stop. Oh, there's no inside view. Why do they cop out and not give us an inside view? So we're on 16. We came in on 19, didn't we? So we came in on that one down there. Anything from the trolley, dears? That's in forward. No, we're okay. I started watching the first one of those a couple of weeks ago as well. The first Harry Potter. Elton's gone incognito. He's gigging in Edinburgh. Isn't he retiring or something? Come on, people. How long do you need to get on a train? Right, Haymarket. Oh, this is rapid. With no windows. Status quo, blimey. Yeah, I've already got one concert booked for this year so far. I do want to try and get a couple more in if I can. Right, so yeah, we do Haymarket, we do Edinburgh Gateway, and then we'll stop at Inverkeithing. We need to get a Wurzel's gig in. I think that would be hilarious. I want to go to an agricultural show. That's what I'd like to do this year. There's normally those on the Shepton Mallet showground. I think that's a cheap day out in the summer. We talked about doing, when we did Convoy in the Park a few years ago, obviously there's racing on the Saturday and racing on the Sunday. We talked about doing that and camping overnight. So go do the racing on the Saturday. There's like fun fair, bars, music on in the evening, and then you got camping overnight, and then more racing on the Sunday. I was imagine that would be quite a good thing. Right, Haymarket. Well, yeah, we've been to the Convoy in the Park, which is what, July. We went there one year. It's absolutely scorching. Shorts and t-shirt weather. A few years ago, it was just a bit overcast and miserable. And then last time we went, I think it was peeing down with rain. No, last time we went, it was fine. The time before that, it was peeing down with rain. So, good old British weather, you just never know, do you? I'm just going to do a decorating party here. Right, we have arrived at Haymarket. A light here for Edinburgh Airport. Yeah, see, I'm hoping, obviously we've got our meet-up 2 weeks Saturday in London. Although, we're doing the Transport Museum and the Science Museum, so we're not really going to be outside. So if it's a bit rainy, it's not the end of the world. We've only got to go from, the tube station to the museum, museum to tube station to museum, museum to tube station. So it's not really outside, but it'd be quite nice, if the weather's nice, to go, actually, just go for a wander along the, I'd quite happily do the Transport Museum, stroll along the embankment, over the bridge, along the South Bank, and go, right, we'll do the Science Museum another time. But if the weather's awful, you don't want to do that. Problem is, in London, when the weather's awful, everyone's in a Science Museum. Although it's quite large. Right, Edinburgh Gateway. Yeah, I've got a chat to Ed about the options for London. Yeah, well, that's why, obviously, I messaged you earlier, Russell, and we will get you to Southsea. That's going to be a good one. Looking forward to that one. So now I'm here over Easter. I do want to do something over the Easter period. I'm going to take some time off work, probably the 4 days after Easter. So I might try and do something then. And then a couple of days in May, a couple of days in July. Yeah, I've offered Nico my shed to sleep in, so he can come down here, stay in my shed, and then travel down to Southsea the day after as well, so that'll be alright. Just don't worry about the spiders and things. Shed, is that all? It's only got one slightly broken window, it's fine. Well, it's not really a window, they're bits of perspex, aren't they? Can't last open my shed. I think it's September. When I put the mower away, I last went in my shed. Well, I want to get my spare room sorted. so that I can actually do that. I can have people stay here and actually have a bed rather than, you know, there's the floor. Right, 2 miles to go to Edinburgh Gateway. So we have arrived in Edinburgh. We're now doing a little bit of the Fife Circle line just to pad out the stream, basically. Thankfully, the issue we had at the very beginning added on about 25 minutes. So yeah, next week we'll do, I don't know, we can either do a bit of this and then end up back at Edinburgh again and then do Edinburgh to Glasgow, or we'll just do Edinburgh to Glasgow, say right, that's the finish, but then we go back to Edinburgh again, but then next time carry on from Glasgow. We might do that. And then the week after, yeah, I might do on the Tuesday, we'll start doing the Glasgow to Mallaig. And then on my birthday, we'll finish it. So we'll split it over 2 days. So I finish work on the Tuesday, so I can stream a little bit later. So you might be able to get like half done on the Tuesday and the other half done on the Thursday. Uh-oh. I don't think we'll be stopping at Edinburgh Gateway. Oh, it might be. Right, welcome to Edinburgh Gateway. It's Edinburgh, but also Gateway. I hear a train. Not this one, another one. I see a train. Realise I haven't done a screenshot. I'll do it then. I'll confuse people. That's the thumbnail. Be like, Newcastle to Edinburgh, but that's the Fife Circle line. Right, Inverkeithing thing is next. So we'll get as far as here, and then we will end. Yeah, Edinburgh to Glasgow in Train Sim World 3 on Thursday night. Looking forward to showing you that. Yeah, this isn't a rapid train, is it? So yeah, it's a little bit slow. It's not rapid, is it? It's obviously the gearing. They're obviously geared for economy, aren't they? A bit like my car. So what do you mean you want to accelerate? What? We don't do things like that. We're built for economy. We're not built for speed. A bit like me. Built for comfort, not for speed. Oh, do we actually cross the bridge? Hopefully we do. It looks like it, or do we not? I don't know. There's a bridge. It was impressive, actually, when I stood by it the other year, down at South Queensferry. It was actually an impressive piece of engineering. Yeah, I didn't see it on the way over because it was dark. But on the way back, so I was absolutely worn out just trying to get to Perth. But yeah, it was quite impressive to see on the way back. Right, towards the bridge we go. Slowly. Slowly. Yeah, so there's the road bridge. And there's the rail bridge. With slightly flashy water. Oh, that's going to be a thing. I'll zoom back in again now. Yeah, I really must fix my graphic issues with this. It's like a miniature railway. It is a fantastic piece of engineering. Yeah, the new road bridges are over there, both of them. Well, it's one of those things as a train driver where you just get, wow, cold, flashy water, where you just get used to it after a while, where you don't actually see it. A bit like those people, you know, those train drivers again, I should imagine, that, you know, drive the routes along the coast. Eventually you just don't notice it anymore. It's just, yeah, that thing. The first couple of times you go underneath this, I imagine it's like, wow. And then it's just like, yeah, let's just get across this slow bit so I can get back to the quick bit. Definitely an impressive bit of engineering. Right, slowing it down to a 40. And into Inverkeithing we come, which is where we will end for today. Is that the wrong always paint? Well, not so much now. It used to be. But now with coatings the way they are, I think, I can't remember who got the contract to supply the coating for it. It was in one of the many painting bits of blurb. But it's not a yearly thing anymore. It's like every 5 years, but it does take like a year to paint it. So they have like 4 years off. Slowly. And oh god, old bit of track down there. Let's imagine that used to go up and round, well, somewhere. Bing. Yeah, I said the other day when we were in Train Sim World 3 that I'm just becoming more and more impressed with Train Sim World 3, and it's, you know, it's almost taking over as my favourite, my go-to. I still like this though. This has still got a certain something to me. Yeah, graphically it might not be as good as Train Sim World, but you're not going to beat the variety of routes and the length of routes and the variety of trains. You're just not going to get that in Train Sim World. So I think there will always be a place for this. And it's not about the graphics sometimes. It's about the audio, what it is for me anyway. I just love the fact that you can do a 5-hour or 7-hour or 8-hour trip in this. It is possible. You're never going to get to do that in Train Sim World. And I quite like the simplicity of this. From a controls point of view. You know, to be honest, if Train Sim World didn't have the getting out of the cab and running around thing, I wouldn't miss that. Because I don't miss it in this. If it was, right, we'll give you longer routes, but you can't get out the cab anymore, and so which means you can't repair fences anymore, I think everyone would go, okay. Just give me fixed views. Driver, inside, that's it. Give me Train Sim World 3 graphics, longer routes, and a fixed cab view. That'd be enough for me. But there we go. We have arrived at Inverkeithing, where we're going to end for this evening. We made it though, finally, after 3 attempts at getting into Newcastle last week, and 2 attempts at getting out of Newcastle this evening. We've made it to Edinburgh on our trek to get from Penzance to Glasgow. We finally made it to Edinburgh. Next time we're going to carry on from Edinburgh and go to Glasgow, and then the Tuesday after that, so 2 weeks today, we'll then start doing the Glasgow to Mallaig, and then on the Thursday, 2 days later, for a certain someone's birthday, we will continue that journey and get to Mallaig. So that'll be on the Thursday evening. And yeah, more train stuff to come. I don't know what we're going to do after that. Go back to just doing random routes from around the world, I suppose. But I've really enjoyed doing this. We did it last year, where we came from Edinburgh down to Penzance, but going round via Nottingham and Derby and then Birmingham and down that way. This time we came back via Bristol, and Didcot, obviously, in and out of London. So maybe we could try and get back down to Penzance, but a different way. So we know we can get down, we can cut out the Bristol bit by going from Reading down towards Taunton. So maybe we could see if we can get a different way to Reading from here. When's Roy Bridge Day? 24th of July? 21st of July? That was a real flop this year. That was going to be a meetup we were going to do. Was on Roy Bridge Day, but that didn't happen. But there we go. We will end there. Say more Train Sim back next Tuesday. Next stream, though, back tomorrow night with some OMSI 2 in the bus company, doing the coach bus thing. Thursday, if you're into your trains, be here Thursday night. My first stream in the new release, Edinburgh to Glasgow in Train Sim World 3. That's going to be Thursday night. Friday night, we got some golfing with idiots. Saturday lunchtime, more Train Sim World 3 on the Edinburgh to Glasgow. Saturday evening, some Forza Horizon 5. And Sunday afternoon, back on the farm. So plenty of stuff to come for the rest of this week. Thanks to you lot in chat for keeping me company for the last 2 and a bit hours. And to this lot as well. If the credits actually did something. You can do something credits or not. You're just going to sit there and do nothing. Okay, let's try pressing that. And then we'll try that again. Oh, there we go. Now they're working. Thanks to Aston for the bits. I'm not thanking Crispy because he hasn't watched. Larwood's probably asleep. Thanks to Trent, Nightbot and Shorty for doing nothing. That was it. That was easy, wasn't it? There we go. I'll be back tomorrow night with some idiots in buses to do the OMSI thing. Until then, if you have been, thanks very much for watching.